Coming up on CBS News Detroit at noon, state police are in day 2 of their search for an endangered child. They have little to go on and are now turning to the public for help.
And another flying object shot down, making it the 4th in days. The scramble to figure out what's behind the alarming trend.
On air and streaming live, CBS News Detroit at noon starts now.
Thank you for joining us for our debut show of CBS News Detroit at noon. I'm Terrance Friday.
And I'm Rochelle Graham. We've been following several stories that matter to you, and we start with this one. New information on how the state failed to properly track the medications prescribed to foster children. In a report just released today by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, it was revealed that the state did not comply with its own requirements related to tracking the psychotropic and opioid pills prescribed to children in foster care. In one instance, the state was missing more than 100 children's records, and in another, there were no records for dozens of kids. The Inspector General's office recommends the state modifies its procedures so all medical information and consent forms are fully documented.
Michigan State Police are asking for your help to find a missing toddler. Tonight, Alexandria Jones is 3 years old. She's about 3 feet tall and weighs 40 pounds. No word on what she might be wearing. Authorities believe that she may be with her father, who is in violation of a court order to surrender her to CBS. If you've seen anything about where she could be or know anything about her whereabouts, you are asked to contact the police.
All right, the weather this weekend was, dare I say, a little bit spring-like.
It absolutely was. Sunshine,
Lovely.
The snow is melting. We have been loving it so far. Let's check in with meteorologist Kylee Miller to see if this great weather is going to stick around.
Yeah, can we put in a copy-paste request, Kylee?
Basically, for today,
Love it.
you got it, Rochelle. Mother Nature is working with us. Today we have gorgeous sunshine. Temperatures are very mild. Here's a live look over Southfield. It is breezy with winds sustained at about 15 miles per hour. So we're going to continue to monitor these windy conditions for today, but the winds will really ramp up for the middle of the work week. We have complete sunshine out there right now. Temperatures are in the upper 40s, and some locations at this hour just hit 50 degrees. I mean, look at Romulus, Detroit, currently at 50 degrees. A little bit cooler in Howell, sitting at 46 degrees, 45 in Lapeer. And good afternoon to you in Port Huron. We're currently at 48 degrees. It's breezy, though, with the winds mainly out of the west, slightly to the northwest, sustained at 5 to 15 miles per hour. But today, gusts could be as high as 25 miles per hour. So hold on to your hats. Overall today, plenty of sunshine, mostly sunny skies, a high temperature of 50 degrees. Then tonight, temperatures will scale back into the upper 20s for lows, mostly clear skies, but we do have rain on the way with a chance for some snow. We'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Kylee, thank you. The people who ski and snowboard and ice fish, I love to hear that. All right, changing now to growing concern over what's happening in the skies. In the last 8 days, the U.S. military has shot down 4 flying objects.
Very concerning. Only one is suspected of spying on military sites, but officials have yet to say what the others could be. CBS News correspondent Jared Hill has more from New York.
The U.S. military shot down yet another unidentified flying object Sunday. That marks a total of 4 takedowns, starting with the Chinese spy balloon that was destroyed over a week ago off the coast of South Carolina.
What's gone on the last, 2 weeks or so, 10 days, has been nothing short of craziness.
The latest above the Great Lakes region in Michigan. The Pentagon says it's likely the same object that caused airspace over Montana to be shut down on Saturday. That's also when Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau asked the U.S. to shoot a different unidentified object out of the sky. That one above the Yukon.
It represented a reasonable threat to civilian aircraft, so I gave the order to take it down.
In Alaska, Friday, the U.S. took down an object that's said to be the size of a small bus.
In the past, the U.S. just hasn't paid much attention to those balloons. But this Chinese balloon was a game changer.
That one suspected of spying over nuclear sites, taken down last weekend. But officials aren't sure, or aren't saying, where the others came from or what they were doing. A Department of Defense official says they've been more closely scrutinizing U.S. airspace in recent weeks, which might explain the increase in activity. Meanwhile, on Capitol Hill, lawmakers are considering tougher regulations to stop U.S. technology from getting in the hands of the Chinese military. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Again, U.S. officials are still trying to identify the 3 most recent objects brought down from the sky. They say those 3 were much smaller, looked different, and flew at lower altitudes than the suspected Chinese spy balloon. That one was shot down a little more than a week ago. And speaking of items in the sky here in our area, if you thought you saw something strange flying overhead last night, you were not alone.
No, the train of lights zooming across the sky, you can see on your screen, were a part of Elon Musk's SpaceX Starlink. Rough timing. The satellites caused a bit of a stir, appearing just hours after that unidentified object was shot down over Lake Huron.
Now, Musk has even joked in a tweet that the lights were alien friends of his. They're supposed to be providing internet access to remote parts of the world. You may see them flying overhead again both Wednesday and Thursday night, so keep that in mind.
A miracle rescue after the devastating earthquakes in Turkey and Syria. Earlier today, rescuers pulled a woman from the rubble in Hatay, Turkey. She was trapped more than 170 hours. As the death toll nears 34,000, hope of finding more survivors like her is fading.
There's also new drone footage that reveals some of the damage to infrastructure in Turkey. Here you can see the massive cracks on the highway in southern parts of the country. This is the deadliest quake to hit Turkey in nearly a century.
Well, the sunshine that's been dominating our area is going to be coming to an end by the middle and end of the work week. With the rain on the way, perhaps a little bit of snow mixing in too. We'll time that out coming up.
And also ahead, we'll recap the biggest moments in the biggest night of football. You know, some of you might be a little sleep deprived out there, from star-studded performances to those clutch plays.
And while chocolate gets most of the attention around Valentine's Day, we'll take you up to Mackinac Island, where fudge is king. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us.
You're watching CBS News Detroit.
Welcome back. All right, if you were up late watching last night, you know that Super Bowl 57 was a nail-biter, to say the least. The Kansas City Chiefs coming out on top once again. In the end, this is the 2nd Super Bowl win for the team in the last 4 years.
What a game. CBS's Danya Backus was there in Glendale, Arizona. She gives us a look at the night's biggest moments.
The Kansas City Chiefs are Super Bowl champions. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes was the game's MVP. Despite taking a hit on his recently injured ankle, Mahomes led his team back from a 10-point deficit at halftime, putting the Chiefs in position to kick what would be the game-winning field goal with just seconds left on the clock.
Everything we worked for is for this moment.
Fans in Kansas City celebrated.
It was definitely nerve-wracking, but we did it.
But for Philadelphia, heartbreak.
It hurts. It hurts. Yeah, it's a tough one.
We'll use this pain, we'll use this failure to motivate us.
Last night's Super Bowl was historic because for the first time, 2 African-American quarterbacks faced off. Also, 2 brothers, Travis and Jason Kelce, took the field on opposing teams.
It's a weird feeling. Really, really happy for Trav.
The big game also featured all-star music performances from actor Shirley Ralph, Kenneth Babyface Edmonds, and Chris Stapleton.
And you see.
Singer Rihanna shocked fans with her visible baby bump while cramming over a dozen hits into her high-flying halftime show. Danya Backus, CBS News, Glendale, Arizona.
In addition to his Super Bowl 57 MVP award last night, quarterback Patrick Mahomes also won the NFL MVP award for the past season.
Kansas City has already released plans for its championship parade. It's happening Wednesday, and classes are all canceled in the metro area so that students and teachers can have some fun, get out there and participate.
Yeah, good reason to celebrate.
Yeah, what a game. And if you're missing football already, I think it's safe to say you are not alone. Many people already looking forward to that 2023 NFL season. CBS News Detroit will be your home for Super Bowl 58, and we cannot wait. Clearly, we're telling you 363 days in advance.
Yeah, who's counting though, right?
I think a lot of people are.
Yeah.
I think there were grown men crying last night.
For sure.
Oh, no more football.
Right.
All right, we've got Kylee with us now. Kylee, nice but perhaps not for too long? Are you gonna deliver this to us gently?
Well, there's going to be some changes, so enjoy today. It's going to be like what we had yesterday.
We definitely are not. After all of that snow, we are taking this for sure. We're enjoying it.
Yeah, well, we do unfortunately have a chance for some snow in the forecast. Maybe some minor snowfall accumulations. That will come on Thursday. But for these next few days, it's going to be all about the sunshine and a small rain chance for Tuesday evening, overnight, and even into our Wednesday. But our temperatures are going to be up and down for these next few days. Highs in the lower 50s for today and tomorrow, upper 50s, flirting with 60 degrees on Wednesday, back into the 40s for Thursday. But then look at Friday. Temperatures are going to be cooler, but for a brief moment, with highs in the lower 30s. But for these next 8 hours, if you're picking up the kids after school, maybe running some errands, expect temperatures to be in the 40s. Mainly clear sky conditions, and we're going to hold on to that clear sky overnight. Now here's a look at Futurecast, because our weather pattern will be shifting to a disturbance that's emerging out of the Gulf. So as we fast forward the clock here, Tuesday 7 a.m. locally, we're fine. But the middle of the country getting impacted by rain. The rain will be heavy at times when it enters our region going into the evening hours on Tuesday. And then here's a look at Tuesday night into our Wednesday morning. It's going to be some heavy rounds of rainfall. So the rain is going to be picking up going through our Tuesday afternoon and evening. But by by Wednesday, we are going to be in the clear before another system impacts us for the back half of the work week. Now looking at our Futurecast wind gusts, winds are going to be gusting anywhere from about 20 to 30 miles per hour on Wednesday. It is going to be some intense winds coming our way. For today, winds could gust around 25 miles per hour. Then for tonight, temperatures are going to be dropping into the upper 20s, mostly clear skies. And by the way, tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so temperatures are going to be the upper 40s, lower 50s. It's going to be a lovely day, but monitoring some rain showers for the evening hours. And here's your 7-day outlook. Temperatures are going to be in the 50s for today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Upper 40s for Thursday, back into the 30s on Friday. 40s over the weekend, but we are going to be monitoring a disturbance moving in Tuesday night and into our Wednesday, Thursday. It's going to be another chance of some rain and some snow shower activity. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on this here in the next weather center. I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, well, like you said, we're going to soak up this sun while we've got it. We definitely appreciate it. Thanks for that update.
All right, Kylie mentioned Valentine's Day. Are you looking for a big way to show someone special how much you care? Coming up, the newest international listing may make that possible.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that. Plus, if you are watching us in Hal, we want to be your trusted news source for the news, weather, sports updates that you need every day. You can catch us streaming on the CBS News app and Pluto TV. We've got to take a quick break, but we'll be right back. Welcome back. With Valentine's Day set for tomorrow, you can bet that those sweet treats are on everyone's mind.
Of course. There's no fudging it, though. Mackinac has some of the sweetest treats around. CBS Sunday Mornings' Faith Saley has the history on this sweet treat.
This time of year, freezing temperatures are nothing unusual in northern Michigan. But there's one kitchen that knows a recipe for keeping warm. Original Murdoch's Fudge has been in operation since 1887, when it first opened its doors on Michigan's Mackinac Island.
Fudge is kind of king in Michigan.
Bob Benzer is now the owner.
I put a little piece of fudge sometimes in my coffee in the morning, a little piece of double chocolate fudge. You get the sugar, the cream.
Genius.
So yeah, cafe mocha type flavor. Fudge is Mackinac Island, synonymous with Mackinac Island.
Mackinac Island, between Michigan's upper and lower peninsulas, is the self-proclaimed fudge capital of America. The car-free oasis has more than a dozen fudge shops. During the summer, fudge-loving tourists, affectionately called fudgies, flood the island. To meet the demand, each shop can make up to 500 pounds a day. But even when temperatures and tourism cool, fudge remains a hot item.
Fudge seems like a natural fit for Valentine's Day.
We all love chocolates at Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you like fudge?
That appetite for fudge dates back more than a century.
Pour into grease pans and mark off into squares. So definitely sounds like fudge.
Joyce White is a food historian. We met her at the Maryland Center for History and Culture in Baltimore.
Fudge is actually based on a recipe for chocolate caramels, which was very, very similar. What probably happened is that there was someone in Baltimore messed it up, fadged it. Fadge is a word that means you messed up. I fadged it, or I fudged it.
Yeah.
Nowadays, we'd use a different F word to say that, right?
Yes, yes.
By 1888, that Baltimore recipe was passed along to a student at Vassar College, then all women, in Poughkeepsie, New York.
Women would make fudge in their dorm rooms, doing something against the rules in the late evenings and trying to get away with something not condoned in the rule book.
At the same time, men at men's colleges were out carousing.
It was a woman's way of being rebellious, you know, cooking in the dorm at night.
Open flame, after hours.
Absolutely breaking the
nutritious.
rules. Right, breaking every rule in a way that was still considered ladylike.
Ladylike, right.
Yeah.
Soon, so-called Vassar fudge ended up at other women's colleges, even making headlines around the country. Fast forward a century, and the recipe for fudge hasn't changed much. Sugar, milk, butter, and chocolate mixed, poured onto a marble slab, then worked until the mixture solidifies. Here at Original Murdoch's St. Ignace location, veteran fudge maker Carnell Samuels turns the 45-minute process into a 30-pound loaf of fudge.
Down and out, just grab it so.
Scoop. All right, right here?
There you go. So push. Look at that.
You're a good teacher.
Making fudge is certainly harder than it looks, but if its history has taught us anything, it's that mistakes can be sweet, any way you slice it.
Oh my goodness, did anybody else salivate during that story?
For sure.
I had to just sip my water and pretend.
And I'm really not even that big of a chocolate person, but I would definitely want to try that. That looks great.
Oh my goodness, the caramel drizzle. I'm in trouble the rest of the day. Uh-oh.
Someone's gonna go get some chocolate.
This looks so good in the history lesson. All right, if you're still on the hunt for the perfect Valentine's Day gift, you might be in luck.
Yes,
Terrance.
you could be. Croatia's small island of love is up for sale. Could be something that you get for that special someone. The island, or small island, got its nickname from tourists. That's because it's shaped like a heart. It's very recognizable and appears in more than 1 million photos a year. Now, no one has lived there for thousands of years, and there are no hotels or restaurants, but that doesn't stop big names like Beyonce and Michael Jordan from visiting there often. Now, you can buy it, but it will set you back about $13.8 million. Proceeds from that sale are said to be reinvested in the local community. So if you're looking for an idea last minute, maybe buy an island.
It's just like $1 million out of budget for
Yeah.
me what
Yeah,
I had
just
set
a
aside for
little
this
bit.
Valentine's Day. So
Maybe
somebody
next
else,
year.
Somebody else. All right, hey Mount Clemens, we are always on your block tracking the stories that matter to you. You can find us streaming for free on the CBS News app. And this is new news for you. You can also find us on Pluto TV 24/7. CBS News Detroit at noon. We'll be right back.
All right, let's get one last look at that forecast where we are hoping that those sunny days stick around. Please tell us so.
For a little while longer, just a little bit. So today is great. Go outside if you can, soak up the sunshine, enjoy it. Temperatures are in the upper 40s, lower 50s, basically at their peak right now. For the evening hours, temperatures will go through the 40s before we land into the upper 20s for lows tonight. And then tomorrow for Valentine's Day, we're going to start the day with sunshine, but ending the day with rain. That rain will continue overnight and into our Wednesday. Rain and snow showers likely on Thursday. We could see some minor snowfall accumulations. And then for Friday, the weekend, more sunshine is expected. But notice our temperature. So we're going to go from the 50s for these next few days, dropping by Friday in the 30s for highs.
Quite the swing.
Yeah,
I
that is
feel
a
like we've
big
seen that
change.
more lately.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
you would know.
Right.
But it just
we
seems
have.
drastic sometimes.
Yeah, it seems like we just skipped over February entirely and went right into April.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
But
at
I'm
least
not complaining,
prepare,
right?
We'll prepare for it.
We're fine.
Thanks for the heads up. We appreciate it. And thank you for joining us today for our new show at noon. We're so glad that you were here with us. Remember, we are always streaming for you on the CBS News app and now on Pluto TV for free.
Yes, we will be back here, same people, same desk at 4 p.m. We hope to see you then. Have a great Monday.